Salute to all the real ones out there. It's your boy Mike coming at you again with another video. Y'all like the content I've been dropping, direction of my channel is headed in. I need you to like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos with anybody else you think may benefit from them, alright? Now, today's topic is going to be about the passport bros, and just know that I'm going to make the format for this and probably other videos that I upload a little bit shorter. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So passport bros, if y'all haven't heard about it, it's a movement that's actually gone viral numerous times, and it's causing like a huge rift in the dating scene, particularly in America. So what it is you have a bunch of like black men who are frustrated with the dating options that they have in the United States. They feel like the juice isn't worth the squeeze. And what they're doing is they're leaving the continental US to find women who are from cultures that are a little bit more traditional, where women are not so infected with this idea of feminism, where, you know, men are typically looking for, black men specifically are typically looking for women who are like what Kevin Samuels and other gentlemen have said: fit, feminine, friendly, agreeable, and basically have wifey type qualities. Now, real quick, there are a lot of gentlemen who are like myself who moved out of the United States long ago, before there was, let's say, a movement called Passport Bros. So we already embody a lot of the things that the Passport Bro movement is about. So I just want to give my thoughts, because I feel like they're getting a lot of shade, and then you have people who never even really traveled like that who are throwing their opinion and trying to belittle these men who are leaving out of the country. And then on the other side, you have some of those guys who are in that movement who are putting a bad light on people like even myself, who could, let's say, be pointed at as a passport bro, but really some of these guys are lame as hell, and they're just going to different countries to take advantage of the women, you know. So there is a double-edged sword type scenario with this movement, but I want to talk about both sides. So I think we're going to start off with the first thing, where I can eliminate a lot of the, let's say, passport bros who are even in the movement. You have lames. So my thing is, no matter where you are in this world, your energy can be picked up. You're either going to be identified as someone who's real, who's standing on solid principles, and people are going to resonate with you like that, or you're a person who's playing a character, or you haven't found yourself, or maybe you're just an all-out lame person. Let's not forget, not everybody on this earth is terrific. There are some people who are just whack as hell, you know. So if you start out like that in America, and you, let's say, have trouble talking to women, dealing with women, now given, I know women these days are pretty crazy because you have social media and all this other stuff that's hyping up their ego. But if you're a dude who by and large always had trouble dealing with women, it's not really going to be a total change when you go to a different country. And even if it is, the women are, let's say, being all responsive to you and flirty with you, and you can't be a fool and think, oh man, I'm lame in America, but here they love me. No, that will not make sense. That's where you're getting taken advantage of. That's where they're looking at you like a walking ATM. And that's where, like, some of the girls who speak against the passport bro movement, they do have a little bit of truth in what they're saying, because some of these dudes are lame. Some of these dudes, you know, don't have swag or character, charisma, or even the courage to go up and start up a captivating conversation with a woman, you know. So if you can't do that in your home country, don't think that you're just gonna go to another country and just have women falling all over you. Now that I got that out the way, let's talk about how I do actually support the movement. I was back in America in 2010. That's the last time I lived there, and even when I was there, I never had a problem dealing with women. I always had, like, let's say, girls that I was talking to, but I was never talking to them with the serious intention of marrying them, because I knew that many of them did not meet my criteria. My criteria was nothing crazy, but, you know, I didn't want a woman who wore a weave. I didn't want a woman who was ratchet. I didn't like any, like, ghetto or, you know, behavior that would be, like, embarrassing if I was in front of my friends or my family. I wanted a woman who came from a two-parent background, where the parents are still married. That way she has a good understanding of what a man's supposed to do, what a woman's supposed to do. And I also wanted us to be compatible personality wise. But yeah, if we talk about the physical, yeah, I just mentioned some things, but I did not want her to be overweight. I wanted her to be like modest and overall just not be a hoe. Like, I'm looking for a woman that I want to settle down with. So if I'm going to forego talking to all other women, the woman that I choose needs to check off most of these boxes. And back then, people were telling me I was unrealistic. I was, excuse me, seeing girls, taking them out on dates. But I was just noticing, oh, man, she looks good, but her head isn't right. You know what I mean? We're not compatible. Oh, she looks good, but, you know, she thinks she's all that. I could probably tell that she's been ran through in the past because she has a lot of stuff that flies out of her mouth where I catch those little subtle things and think, dang, she must have talked to a lot of dudes before. You got other women who, yeah, everything's clicking, but then she has a kid. You have everything's clicking, but then she just is hell bent on wearing weave and long lashes and fake nails and stuff. So if that was back in 2010, before social media really took off, I can only imagine how it is for guys now. Now, I've said numerous times on my channel, I lived in Germany ever since 2010. I met my wife literally 2 weeks after I got here. She's Turkish. We're still together, still going strong. We've been married for 7 years together, basically for 13, 14 years. So everything is clicking, and our relationship is not one where I'm looking at her, you know, wiping my forehead with a sigh of relief because I found a woman that would take me. No, I found a woman who checked all my boxes, and I found her across the ocean after I was already frustrated with the dating scene back in America. So if that was 13 years ago, I can only imagine how it is for passport bros, because you have so many women with inflated egos. So my main thing is the argument that's coming down the pipe from a lot of women who making TikToks and trying to go viral with their little response videos about the movement. You know, they're always talking about, oh, well, you know, you don't need to trash American women while you go get with these other women who can't speak English and are uneducated, don't have money. It's like, hey, man, listen. If you're an American who lives in America, you never fucking left, you've never been to other countries outside the continental U.S., you really need to shut up with all these little slanderous things that you're saying about women of other races. Because first of all, most women of other races, let's say even my wife, she speaks 3 languages fluent. You go talk to the average girl who make their little TikTok video trying to talk about women of other races. Oh, they come from third world countries. Oh, they barely speak English. No, the fuck they don't. They actually speak probably better English than you, since they usually learn British English, not this incorrect, shortcut, lazy ass way of throwing slang and everything like we do with American English. So let's get that off top. Second thing is, if you remember what I was just listing with my criteria, you have a high chance of meeting that. And it's not just because it's, oh, a non-black woman. No, there are black women outside of America too that have a pride of their hair, have a pride of their skin, have a pride of who they are, and don't always want to, you know, be the next Ice Spice or Cardi B or all this bullshit. Like, they're not being influenced in that way to act like that. Now, I'm not saying you won't see the ratchet bad examples, because you will in every group and in every country. But what I'm saying, from what I see as a dude who's been living in Germany, I'm not talking even Thailand, Philippines, all these other places that the passport bros are going. I've traveled around quite a bit, and I can just tell you, there are beautiful women everywhere, and you have a high chance, if you're a dude who has your head on straight, young black dude, thinking correctly, you stacking up your money, you back in the US, even me, I would, if I was in your shoes, I would not be dating the women in America and taking them very serious. I know that sounds harsh. I know I got American women in my family. My mom is a black American woman. Like, I'm not trying to crush American women, but what I'm saying is what I would do, because that's exactly what I did back then. That's why I'm supporting the passport bros. If you're not getting what you want in the country that you're in, make a tangible plan to get the fuck out and try other countries. There's so many other women on this earth, and it's not to say that it's going to be easy. You're still going to have difficulties if you're in an interracial relationship, or if you're even with a black woman who is from Ghana or Nigeria or wherever part of the world, because you still have cultural differences. But if you can get past that, I'm just willing to say that you're a single guy, you got your head on straight, and you're not having success in America. There are so many women on the other side of the world that would actually appreciate having a dude who is like you, you know. So I'm not going to go too far into detail about it, but that's just my take on the passport bros. You have some people who are lame as hell, and they're gonna be lame in other countries. And then you have the majority of these guys who actually are just looking for level-headed women and are frustrated with their pickings in America. So they're changing their strategy. They're actually putting actions forward in order to switch up their paradigm. They're not just gonna sit there and keep complaining. And I think this is going to be a real strong wake-up call for all the American women, or the women that these guys are going to leave behind.